Hey guys, this is my run on 6-man event area 1 in DFFOO Global, and this run will really feature the power that is Kam'lanaut's FR and BT mode. In case you're still on the fence on whether or not to pull and max Kam'lanaut's FR, hopefully this video will give you a bit of context on why his FR is very hyped. Anyway, coming to the fight, my first party is Selphie, Laguna, and Garnet, and what I did is reset until the turn order is Selphie, Laguna, and Garnet, and that's mainly because the turtle at the start will retreat into the shell and will be immune to all forms of turn delay or delete. But with Garnet acting last, you should be able to use the Seed Rain's call both to charge the summon meter and to pull back Selphie and Laguna's turn so that you can continue on the rotation without needing to give the boss any turns. One note though, that if you don't have Laguna or Selphie, you can actually just make do without them, but if you don't have Selphie, you do need to give Kam'lanaut either the Seed Rain's LD call or have Kais in the party to buff Kam'lanaut with hero support, because the launch is very important. With Selphie though, once you use Rapture, then you don't have to worry because every attack will lead to a launch. In terms of call abilities as well, most of it are really very optional. I think the only one that you really need is the Seed Rain's LD call, because that helps you to charge the summon meter and gives you the turn manipulation in order to pull the no boss turn run off. I gave Selphie the Maria call, but that's actually a mistake. I realized midway through the fight that I had too many framed debuffs, and because of that Kurasame's LD call debuff couldn't land. So don't use Maria LD call. And for Laguna, I gave him the Seymour LD call, which was also a mistake because with both Laguna and Seymour, you land many frame debuffs, and that really isn't ideal. So anyway, the start is all about landing Rapture and Laguna's Desperado, and then on Garnet's turn, I have her use a free turn to activate her BT+, because this then allows me to swap her out for someone else on her consecutive turn, and this also allows me to turn manipulate so that, as you can see, both Selphie and Laguna will now be able to act one more time. So at this point, I swap over to party 2. With Garnet, I swap over to my other BT plus user, which is Kam'lanaut, and then I go straight into BT plus with him. So coming back to Selphie and Laguna's turn, on Selphie's turn I have her buff Kam'lanaut, and then I'll be swapping Selphie out actually for the Penelo friend support. My Penelo has Force level 13, and this allows me to use her to charge the Force gauge on my side. If you don't have Penelo, you can actually use any other Force gauge charger. Some other good examples that have been released include Ignis or Braska or Krile, because they have instant turn moves, so use whichever unit that you have built their Force levels up. Any of them will work. The only goal with this unit right here is to dance until you hit 100% force gauge. I guess while Penelo is twirling round and round, quick mention that I'll of course as always be including more detailed description about the setup and potential alternatives if you're missing pieces in your party, and I'll be including a timestamp as well in the video description. So right here I'm about to pop summon mode. Before that, to complete my setup, I swap my Force Charger out for Cisne, and then I have Cisne use her additional ability as well as the Kurasame LD call for the Ice Enchant. It's only a shame though that the debuff slots are filled, so on hindsight, optimally my call abilities could have been adjusted a little bit more so that I can land the Kurosame hero debuff, but really you don't really need optimal setup here. Kam'lanaut's FR bonus is so insane that pretty much having half the setup would also work. So setup is complete and I pop summon mode just so to preserve the turn count. The goal here is to then swap Laguna out for Garnet again so that you have the key 3 characters, which is Sice, Garnet and Kam'lanaut in play, and this will then allow you to complete setup and go into a huge PT mode with Kam'lanaut later on. So if you look at the turn order bar, this is the ideal place to go into force time with Kam'lanaut. You obviously want to enter force time midway through summon mode so that you can enter BT mode with about 7 or 8 turns of force time remaining once you exit summon mode. This is the ideal situation because I'm back on Kam'lanaut's turn right after summon mode. There are 8 turns of force time remaining, and this is just nice because I still need to use the Prishe LD call on Kam'lanaut. Technically this call ability is also optional. If you don't have Prishe, just use any other call that boosts the caller damage. Alisaie is also another good option here. Okay, so with that, I'm entering BT mode with Kam'lanaut. My Kam'lanaut doesn't have any ultimate weapon, so potentially damage could be higher if you have him with his ultimate weapon as well. That being said, both my Sice and Garnet does have 5/5 ultimate weapon, which I think is a little bit overkill for this strategy as well. But anyway, with Kam'lanaut explaining about his FR increases the bonus damage by 20% when you do ice attacks, which is what the Kurosame LD call is for. And you also get 60% if you have a full launch on your turn while the enemy has a stun up. The stun actually came from Kam'lanaut's BT aura, and this actually means that each turn you take inside his burst mode, you increase the bonus damage by a whopping 80%. And midway through, you see that the damage really gets insanely high. If you have off-turn damage, then the one that I used here is Laguna's Desperado, but other options can include perhaps Sice's Traps is a good example. All of these off-turn damage is also multiplied by the force time bonus. So you can see the bosses absolutely melting right here. To be honest, I haven't really used Kam'lanaut before, so I don't really know what the best rotation is for his BT mode, So I'm just going by what I feel is probably the right approach, but if you have a better rotation, do share in the comment section as well. It's a bit of a shame that the turtle died here because that actually leads to a drop in damage since there's only one target left in the field. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. So anyway, that's it for this run. I'll be definitely using Kam'lanaut, and when Makina gets his C90, I'll be pairing him with Kam'lanaut as well to absolutely melt content. Anyway, if you enjoy the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. Really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!